G'day viewers, I'm using my GoPro for the first time. I don't know how this is going to turn out. I don't know if it's going to be, the audio's alright or the video is okay. I'm going to be scrapping this Nintendo game console and all its accessories, so the controllers and the cords and games. So we'll start with the console. And this is broken, so there's no point in me trying to keep it or sell it. And I'm not too bothered about trying to sell things anyway. I'm in it for the gold. I've got gold fever really bad. A lot of people say, oh, you should try and sell things, you'll get more for it. Well, I'm not worried about that. I want the gold. So that's what we're about to do. See what sort of gold I can get from this device. There should be some IC chips or something in there. So this is broken anyway, and it seems to be that at the start it's all plastic. The top half of this is just plastic. There's nothing in there. But looking at the device, there appears to be a board under there. This metal here feels like a cast aluminium. There's a switch here, it may contain silver. There's a ribbon wire there, which I don't know what's on there. There's a board in here. So trying to work out how to get this out. For starters, get this out of my way. I've not done these before, so get that off there. It looks like there must be some screws underneath, but they're blind rivets. I don't know, you can see that. There's no way you're putting a screwdriver on there. Same with those. So it's going to be tricky. I don't know how to undo these. I'll have to try and bust it off. Use brute force. Okay. This is aluminium, quite thick, so it might be strong. I don't know if the picture is out of shot. I'm hoping you can see everything I'm doing. I don't know why they made it like this, where you can't undo it. Seems they don't want people getting into it. Okay. So I could have got to it from the screwdriver from underneath. There's a screw there. I know there's a few people who have done game consoles on their videos, but I don't know if this particular one has been done before. Alright, so we've got a nice piece of domestic aluminium there. It's a decent sized board. It's got quite a few IC chips on it, which is good. If this footage turns out okay, then I'll use the GoPro more often. Certainly easier hands-free. I've got another scrapping video coming up, which I'm sure you will like, because I've not seen anyone doing what I'm going to scrap on YouTube. I've never seen anything like it. This using the GoPro now is more of a trial for when I do that, so I know if it's going to be okay or not. might not be cast aluminium after all. It's actually looking like galvanized tin. It had that grey appearance to it that cast aluminium has, but looking at it now, it has the patchy sort of look you get from having galvanized. I'll have a look once it comes off, I'll know. Yeah, so this is tin. You can feel the difference between tin and aluminium. Yeah, it's definitely tin. But I'm looking in here for gold pins. I don't see any gold in there. I will bust it open further, but just at the first glance, it's not looking good for gold recovery. I was really hoping, being such an old game, that there would be a fair bit of gold in here. Yeah, okay, there's some gold connections there. They're not amazing, but at least they're there. So that's a start. I figured there would have to be gold pins in there because the cartridges have gold tabs, like gold fingers. See if I can crack this open and see what they're like. I'm trying to pull some out without actually just tearing them in half. No, it's too hard. They're going to be gold plated just on the tips by the looks of it. And a bit of gold in there as well. You can see by those tabs there. Alright, so I'll sort that one out later. So that means there'll be some gold in here. Can't really get close at the moment. So this is really weird. It seems to be stuck in the middle here somewhere, because the board wants to move at both ends, but not in the middle. And there's no screws anywhere in the middle that I can see, and the ones at the back, this hole here and this hole here, they only go to these plastic things there. Well, there is those there, there might be them there. See if I can. It's very brittle, this is why it's broken, because it's so brittle. There we go, there's the screws. See if I can trim it so there's not so much to come out. Definitely the hardest thing I've ever scrapped. Alright, now maybe we'll get somewhere. Here we go. Oh, look at that. Still want to try and get this up. So it's got these push tabs in here. I don't know how you're supposed to push it and leave it at the same time. Nothing to use in there so far. Yep. Just these connectors, and there's no gold pins on them anyway. There's one LED light that I'll get some gold out of. Trim that off. If I can get the bottom of it. Nope, don't know where that went. So the rest is plastic. So we've got this board here now. Looking at the back, there's nothing, no MLCCs, no chips. Looks like there's some gold in there, those pins. Let's get these screws undone. I'll have to hold the other side because that's going to keep turning. So if you guys can let me know what you think of the footage with the GoPro. If you don't like it, if you think it's better with my phone, or if you do like it and you think this is good to keep using, it's certainly handy being hands-free. But if the quality is not good and you guys can't see very well, then there's no point in using it. Looks like there might be some gold on that. I'll have to have a look closer to that. This is just like the aerial port thing. There's not usually much inside those. There's pins here, they're not even gold painted, not even gold coated. So let down so far. So we've got some big aluminium capacitors here, they're waste time. Anytime you see these, they're useless. There's no gold in those. And if you're using a heat gun to depopulate your board, you definitely want to take all these off because they explode. When I first did it and I didn't know that they explode, I thought it was a drive-by shooting to hit the ground. So this is what I would class as maybe a mid to high range board. I wouldn't mind this being in a pile of high range boards if there was a lot of other boards better. If someone was to come and sell me this and they had it in with a whole pile of high range boards, I would accept it. Not sure what's in this. Let's have a look. I think it's just a copper. Oh, it's rubbish. if we can lever this off. There's still some pins in there, I'll have to get those out later. We've got these ones here so far, and you can see the gold recovery is not all that special, just a little bit on the ends, so it's a letdown. Same with these. I really thought this would have a lot better gold in it than it has. So we've got our silver crystal oscillator there, but they're too small, I don't bother with those. We've got our transistor here, which is usually got gold that goes from each of those legs into the copper panel that's inside. So there's 3 gold wires in there, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 IC chips. I don't know if this is silver. I will put some nitric acid on there to check it and see what sort of reaction I get. It might be silver. It kind of looks a bit like silver. Another spot on the back there. Alright, so that board's for further investigation. That's rubbish, it's just tin. So now, untangle this mess of cords. Probably should have had this done ahead of time. There's various different games in here. Some of them aren't necessarily for this console. I think there's Game Boy games in there as well. And for those who say I should try and sell them, like I said before, I'm not really interested in the cash side of it all. I do this for gold. I love gold. Sure, I may make a little bit more if I was to sell these games. I think one of them is going for about $30 on eBay, but I'm not worried about that. I want the gold out of it. And as much gold as I can get. I've got a bad case of gold fever. Alright, so let's see what's in there. I lost my little screwdriver. There it is down here. I need some light on the subject. I can't see what sort of screws these are. Might be a little bit bigger than this one. Oh no, here I've got it. This is the best little screwdriver kit I've ever bought. It's got a box that's got every type of screw attachment you would want. Head Torx bits, Allen bits, safety, like different safety screw things that people put in to stop people, some dismantling items, plus your normal Phillips and flat. I'll show you in a second. I've been wanting to get this video out for a while, but I've had my granddaughter here and it's pretty hard to film with her because she's like a Energizer bunny that never stops. And I'm hoping there's some good gold in this, but based on the console, it's not looking good. Screw attachment I've got is a tiny bit smaller. Could really do with the next size up, but I can't be bothered changing it over. The last one. So that's all plastic. A little bit here. That's all plastic. So we've got a connection here. It doesn't appear to have any gold pins on it. I'll sort this cord out in a second. There's not even gold tabs here, it's carbon or graphite, whatever they call it. So I can see 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a row of really flat MLCCs. This is the only bulky one. I'm assuming these ones are MLCCs. Someone might be able to tell me differently. And then there's just 2 IC chips. So I'll get those off. That's pretty poor. I thought there'd be a lot more than that in there. Right. So this cord, basically, this may change where you guys live, but we have to take plugs off, and then the rest of this can go straight into what would it be? Probably yeah, data. This would go in my data collection. So let's wind it up. And straight in the bucket with all the data wires. And it's about probably $1.20 a kilo. So I know this one's going to be the same. So I'll do this one off camera. Now these, I'm not sure if these are part of the thing or whether someone just threw them in the box, but basically the same deal. Just take the plugs off, and these would go in the data too, because it's a couple of strands of wire in there. Okay, so now we got, this is the same, take the plug off, so this box here is quite heavy, and if I was to open it up, there would be a transformer and a few various little bits and pieces on there, nothing really special. So what I do is I just trim the cords off, and this goes in with my electric motors and transformers. And this is data cable, so I wind this up and put this in the data cable. And you'd be surprised it all adds up. It doesn't take much to get a few kilos of wire together. I have little square tubs, and when the tubs are full, I put them into a bag, a Hessian bag of sorts, and so the tub's empty again, and I keep doing that. And then when I go into the scrapyard, I've got large Hessian bags that don't weigh much, they can go on the scales. The problem with scrapping that I found when you go to the scrapyard is most of them only weigh kilo increments, and then you might have almost, say, 2 kilos, you might have 1 3/4 kilos, but you only get paid for the 1 kilo. So you're giving them 3/4 of a kilo for nothing. This here, I'll strip down. There's 2 main power wires, and they're good for bright wire. So I'll put this aside for now, and I'll just, what I do is I run a Stanley knife down the middle and pull the outside casing off. So I've just got the 2 main bits of wire, then I strip those. So yeah, what I do, I've got a pair of industrial scales at home, and I weigh things before I go. So I'll make sure that I've got exactly the kilo amounts, rather than possibly giving them scrap metal for free. It all adds up when you think about it. If you take quite a lot of things in there, and every one of them is not exactly on the kilo mark, then you're giving them extra for free of everything. So don't know if any of you guys have thought of that or not. So this is data. I have a tub beside me there. I'm just throwing all these things in, and once the tub is full, or once I'm finished doing this, I take the tub over to where the crates are that I store everything in. I'll unload the tub, so the tub's empty to come back out ready for scrapping again, and the crates get fuller and fuller and fuller. Alright, so this is going to be data wire. This is just an aerial, so that's definitely data. Take this apart, see what's inside here. It's like in aerial boxes, usually not much in there. There might be some small ICs. There's always stubborn screws in something that you pull apart. Not everything is so easy. So this is going to take a bit of brute force, a bit of persuasion. I refuse to be beaten. Well, the GoPro died, so I'm back to doing things one-handed while I'm holding the camera. Just give me a second while I complete busting this off. I want to see what's on the other side of this board. Okay, just as I thought, there's just some little copper windings, and that's it. Not sure what these black things are. So some data cable and some copper windings, that's it. Alright, I'll sort that out and we'll carry on. Alrighty, so what are we left with now? I've got this game here. Alright, it is a Nintendo, it says down there. I think I'm going to have to use the cutters to just break this open. Oh no, there's a screw there. Alright, so I'll get into this and see what's in there. It's certainly looking better. This is the kind of thing I expected to find on the console, something like this, but a bit of flashing on the back. Maybe this is going to be flashed all the way across under the gold mask based on these little holes. The flashing's not really worth much. These pins here, yeah, you can feel them when you run your finger across, so they're pretty good pins. And 2 ICs. So that's not a bad board. I would, if someone was to sell this to me, if it was thrown in with the high grade boards, simply because it's so small, it's already got 2 ICs and some good fingers on it. I'm going to start buying boards, and I'll be trying to collect a whole pile of different things to show you guys what I would class as what. So put that aside. Now we've got this bigger one, and this is for Atari. I don't know why this was in the box, but these are the things that got handed to me. So I'm going to undo that screw and see what's in it. Alright, so the screw's out. The front cover should come off. Oh, there we go. Nice. 2 decent IC chips in there, and I would imagine there's some gold pins. Okay, got it out of the plastic, and some nice gold there that's dark, and you can feel it when you run your finger across, so they're definitely good plated pins, fingers, both sides, and some good size IC chips. And these things may be, I don't know, maybe tantalum capacitors or something. But again, this would easily be a high grade board. I would definitely buy this if it was in a high grade board pile. And last but not least, this game here, Super Mario World. I like Mario Brothers, they're pretty good. So, alright, how do I get this apart? Those stupid things again. Looks like being brute force once again. So I'll bust it open and see what we got. Looks like some push down tabs here. Alright, so take this out of the plastic. That's no good. Again, some nice fingers. You can feel it. Based on those holes, this is probably going to be flashing all over the board. You've got a battery there. Can't quite see. It doesn't say. What's those new batteries? I can't think of the called now. Lithium. It doesn't say lithium, so there's a chance there could be some silver in that battery. You have to have a look. But we got 4 nice ICs flashing all over the board by the looks of it, and nice gold fingers. So even though the console was a letdown, we've got 3 nice high grade boards from the controls. And we do have one more game. I knew there was another one floating around. That's going to be the same as the other one I pulled apart, the smaller one. So I'm just going to sort this cable out now. I'll do that in a second. There's the other board that came out of that game. So looking good for the boards. So this cord here is again data cable. So all I have to do is chop that plug off, throw this in the crate. And then the other thing to sort out is this plug here, which is for this last console handset. It's the same as the one I did before. So chop that plug off, put this cord in with my data, open this up, and that's it. And there's nothing else. This is all plastic, a lot of waste. I just depopulate that board, and all done. So wasn't as much as I hoped to get from this. I really thought, because the old things usually contain more gold than things that are made recently, and this is a pretty old game. I was really thinking there'd be a lot more. And I hope you guys liked watching it. Stay tuned for this other scrapping video coming up. I'm not going to say what it is right now. All I can say is I've not seen it done before. So thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe. Hit the icon so you're notified for future videos, all that sort of stuff. Thanks, see ya.